I'm finishing out the night talking about various general heathen topics. The first is the ancestors, and in particular the female ancestors. There are numerous indications throughout what we know of the ancient heathens that they had a deep reverence for the ancestors. They talk quite frequently about going to be with their ancestors when they die. Brother of Frisia, for instance, stepped out at the last moment from getting baptized when the churchman told him contemptuously that his ancestors were all in hell. He said he'd rather be in hell with them than go somewhere else with people of no quality. Many of the early settlers of Iceland believed that they would die into the hills and be with their ancestors there. It was also common to have your father and your grandfather buried behind your house in a barrow, and to sit out on the top of the barrow to consult them for their wisdom. We also see evidence dating way back to when we first learn of Germanic beliefs in Roman times, of an especial reverence of female ancestors. There are many, many altars to the matronæ, the matrons or mothers. Typically 3 women sitting together. I suspect that the sculptors of the Roman altars couldn't handle more than 3, or thought of 3 as the traditional number, so as for a plural, they produced a group of 3. Or, since 3 is not entirely neglected in our numerology, perhaps the matronæ were worshipped in groups of 3. But these are votive altars. These were altars to the female ancestors at which offerings were left. Similarly, when Bede talks about the Yule observances of the Anglo-Saxons in heathen times, he says that they started off at the winter solstice with a night sacred to the mothers, mother night, Modernacht. And that this corresponded to starting off with Christmas and was the holiest night of the year. We can also see this in the talk of the dísir. Dísir means etymologically goddesses, and we see that use of the word in Freya's name, Vanadis, goddess of the Vanir. But the dísir are important female ancestors who act as guardian spirits to members of the family. They can be confused with malevolent spirits in some of the later texts, but clearly what they are is female guardians. And curiously enough, no male dís has ever appeared in any of the lore or any of the stories. Despite the consultation of your father in his barrow, there's a special place for women to continue protecting their family line.